Alright, so in this video we are continuing on with learning what I call the cheat chords for guitar players. These are really great as a recap for worship leaders who are leading songs vocally, but also playing rhythm guitar, but they don't want to put a lot of mental effort into what they're playing. But it's also great for any general guitar player, lead guitar player, whoever you are, but there's a section of a song where you need to hit some big chords. These are awesome for that. They're easier to move around with, and they also sound a lot bigger and fuller in a worship context rather than your standard chords. They maybe sound a little less clunky. So we're going to go through the G shapes today. So let's dive in. Alright, so today we're looking at the G shapes for cheat chords. So we're in open position, key of G, starting on the 1, which is a G. And then the progression we'll walk through is 1, 4, C, 5, which is D, and 6, which is E minor. So you probably know the standard chords G, D, E minor, and C. But we're going to kind of mold them all together so that you can play them more efficiently and without thinking too much. And just like the D shapes before, there are notes that will always stay the same in each chord. So these two fingers here will actually stay where they're at no matter what chord you're playing in this key. So those two fingers are your pinky and your third finger, your ring finger, and they are going to be on the 3rd fret, high E string. That's where your pinky's at. And then 3rd fret B string is where your ring finger is going to be at. Those never move. Those stay there for all these chords. So you're always going to have those two notes ringing at all times. And so starting on the G, the 1 chord, your middle finger and your first finger, it's going to be standard G shape chord. So middle finger on 3rd fret, low E string, and then your first finger on 2nd fret, A string. So like that, and then your D string and G string will be open. And that's your 1 chord. What I do a lot, just to keep it easy, is I don't always put my first finger on that 2nd fret A string. A lot of times I'll just leave that off and I'll do that. So I've got my middle finger on the low E string, 3rd fret, and then it's kind of muting that A string. And I do that for easy chord changes, like from 1 to 4. And so let's talk about the 4 now. So if you're going from 1 to 4, again, these two fingers stay where they're at, the B and E string. Those stay where they're at. And these two fingers are just going to move down 1 fret or up 1 fret, depending on how you look at it. So the middle finger is going to be 3rd fret A string, and then first finger is going to be 2nd fret D string, and then open G string. And that's your 4. And then again, same as the 1, you can lift that off and mute the D string for ease. So 1 to 4. See that? All right, now we're going to move on to your 5 chord, the D. And so for this one, again, keep those two fingers there. You're going to have an open D string as your bass, and then your first finger is going to go on the 2nd fret G string. So just these 4 notes for this chord. So from a 4 to a 5, it'll sound like this. Okay, that's your 5 chord, and then lastly is the 6 chord, the E minor. What we're going to do here is we're going to put our first finger on 2nd fret A string, and then we're going to put our middle finger on 2nd fret D string, and then open G, and then open low E. So we're strumming all 6 strings. And that's your 6. And those are the 4 chords. So you've got 1, 2, or I'm sorry, 4. 1, 4, 5, 6. And you can hear that keeping these 2 fingers on those strings at all times, it just makes the chords continuously ring out and just fill that space in a really nice way. So rather than just playing regular chords, you've got this, so those 2 high notes are not getting interrupted. It sounds a lot smoother and fuller. And then again, once you get the hang of these chords, once you know them, you'll be playing through different chords without even thinking. And then also, if you want to use those same shapes, those same voicings, but you are playing in a different key, the capo is your friend. So if you're in the key of A, for example, you want to play G chords, capo 2, now you're in A. Maybe key of B. And there you have it. Those are the G shapes for cheat chords.